So with that, we'll move into our awards ceremony. I really appreciate everybody for sticking with us through this, and it's been a great day, and we have a great session coming up, our launch of SE Color. But for right now, I want to turn the time over to Clark Dean and E. Jane Caraway. Clark is with Transwestern, and E. Jane is with Georgia Economic Development. They're going to share some information on some things happening in Atlanta.
Well, good morning. Can you see me? No.
Well, we could for a second. Now we can't. There you are.
Well, good morning, all. And I'm E. Jane Caraway, and I'm the Director of Life Sciences for Georgia Department of Economic Development. First, we want to say thank you to Jason and team and all that Southeast Life Sciences is doing. This is very exciting to have not only the first conference of this new group, but to have it done virtually. And it has been phenomenal what has gone on in the last few days. So thanks, Jason and all, for that. We're excited about things going on in Georgia, but we're also excited about things going on in the Southeast. If you look at the life sciences and the innovation that's coming out of here and the research, we would be remiss if we did not take stock and take advantage of the assets that exist here. And that's what Clark's going to tell us a little bit about a new opportunity. But we have CDC here. We have, Emory is doing a lot, as all the universities. But this is a Southeast opportunity to grow life sciences and innovation. And this group, in looking at global health and what all is going on and what has happened around COVID. So Clark, I'm going to turn it over to you, let you run with that. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. And one last thing, and I would be remiss if I didn't get this in. If you didn't notice, over the last couple of days, Site Selection Magazine has named the #1 state in which to do business for this year. And we had a tie this year. Georgia made our 8th year in a row, but we tied with our neighbor and Southeast Life Sciences friend, North Carolina. So congratulations, North Carolina, and congratulations to the Southeast. Clark, thank you for taking the time today.
Absolutely. Thank you, E. Jane, and thanks for all you do, not only for the state of Georgia, but your efforts have really had a huge impact on the life sciences sector and the growth in the entire Southeastern United States. So we're excited about it. I'm sharing my screen right now, and it's my pleasure to give you a brief update on an exciting development with the Center for Global Health Innovation and our Global Health Innovation District, which we've been working on now for some 2.5 years. As many of you know, the Center for Global Health Innovation is uniting the players in global health, health technology, and life sciences around the world. Based here in Atlanta with a lot of the core resources and assets that E. Jane mentioned. It is a natural place to launch this effort. We operate through a combination of 5 different divisions, including Georgia Bio, the Georgia Global Health Alliance, STEM Institute, and then our 2 new efforts, the Global Health Crisis Coordination Center, which was launched in conjunction with the CDC Foundation and Microsoft back in March of this year, with an effort to mobilize the private sector to participate and innovate in the response for COVID. I'm working very closely with the CDC and federal officials. And then lastly, the Global Health Innovation District, which is something I'm excited to share with you more detail on now. When we started talking about a central place, there was a great deal of interest in the ecosystem, not just in Atlanta and in Georgia, but around the country, and really having a single place that stimulates, facilitates, and accelerates lots of activity at the intersection of global health, health technology, and life sciences. Certainly innovation is a key element of it, but it's a lot more. It is pure research. It is scientific presentation. It is capital raising to really advance issues of life sciences, global health, and health technology around the world. When we talk about innovation, most of our innovation we're trying to be very practical with. We're trying to really encourage and drive problem-driven innovation, or as many refer to it, use-inspired discovery and invention, which represents a Pasteur's quadrant. this talking to more of a science-related group. So many of you probably understand or have heard of Pasteur's quadrant. If you think of the y-axis here being discovery, the quest for fundamental understanding, and the x-axis as being this quest for immediate applications, Pasteur's quadrant really represents use-inspired discovery and invention. How do we solve problems? And in our case with global health, how do we improve health outcomes around the world? So all the things that we're doing are really advancing that. When we started looking at where we should locate that, the central place, we looked at the entire network of global health, health technology, and life sciences in Atlanta as a network. And we said, where could we put a central node that would actually connect the network and create value, not just within this region, but around the entire world? What we came to was this the decision to locate it in the middle of Midtown Atlanta, in particularly in a site that is about 2 blocks from the Georgia Tech Square area of Atlanta, about 2 blocks from CODA, about 1.5 blocks from Emory's new cancer tower that is under development, coming out of the ground right now, and Emory's entire Midtown campus. It sits on top of a MARTA station, and it will be the end of a Midtown Green Walk that's being built in Atlanta right now. The building is a former Bell South headquarters building, which was built to withstand a Category 4 hurricane, has about 9 meg of power in a data center, and it has all sorts of redundancy that you would expect from a facility of this type. We're launching the district with 3 primary components: a world-class conference center, which will be the first COVID-era conference center designed and operated with guidance from the CDC, a co-working office space for private suites, as well as collaborative spaces for members of this global health, health technology, and life sciences ecosystem, as well as laboratory space, wet lab space, for entities within the ecosystem as well. You see on this diagram the plan for the first floor of laboratory. Based on recent conversations, we're likely to be launching with a second floor of laboratory space to accommodate larger, more mature labs that are still wanting to participate in this kind of ecosystem environment. The conference center will have large conference spaces for large general sessions, smaller meetings, et cetera. Will be run by Benchmark, which is sort of the global leader in conference center management. They manage Deloitte's conference center. They manage the conference center for Verizon and other large corporate entities around the world. We will have a world-class office co-working innovation center that is well designed. Gensler is our architectural partner, has been working with us throughout this effort. You can see here to the left, again, the conference center that will be managed by Benchmark, which includes a market-styled food service area, as well as areas for general sessions, breakouts. You'll also notice here at the top, there's the Emergency Operations Center for the Global Health Crisis Coordination Center, which represents some of the largest global corporates, as well as nonprofits and government entities that are working right now on the COVID crisis. But that was planned for about 2.5 years to deal with any global health crisis that it would occur. This will also have a digital cave, this little red box right here, which will provide an area for really unique 3-dimensional simulations. Across the way is the first floor of the plan for the Innovation Center. So organizations within the global health technology, and life sciences space will be able to apply to occupy these suites within this space from an office perspective. This is the second floor of that space in the preliminary design. And then, of course, we will have this laboratory space, wet lab space, that will include benches for smaller organizations that need more kind of month-to-month research type capabilities. We'll have private labs for these groups to, small private labs that can be adjoined and connected for companies in the ecosystem. And as I mentioned before, we're looking to have a second floor of lab that will likely launch from the beginning to accommodate larger laboratory requirements, of which there seem to be a lot of interest. So with that, I would like to invite all of you across the Southeast to join our community. If you're interested in getting more information on the Global Health Innovation District and the application process to be a part of it, please contact either Maria Thacker who is the CEO of the Center for Global Health Innovation, or myself, and we will get you more information. And thank you for all you're doing to advance life sciences and health technology around the world. It makes a big difference. There's some big problems to solve these days, and it's exciting to see so many working together to advance solutions.
All right, thank you very much, Clark and Jane. Really appreciate it today, and that is very exciting. I know I've been part of some of those discussions here going on a few years, so it's coming together, and it's going to be awesome. It's fantastic. So
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
I should also point out, because I don't think I mentioned the timing. So we are finalizing the transaction and hope to launch in the fourth quarter of next year. So as soon as October of 2021.
Awesome.
Guys, this
Fantastic.
is really exciting for all of us. I mean, this is something that we know as life sciences folks. Each of us on this meeting today know that it is truly a community, and it is something that I think is I look forward to being able to expand and grow and work with our partners across the Southeast on this too. So if you reach one of us, you reach us all. So thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, so we will now turn over to our awards presentation, and I'd like to invite George Ade with Medmark. George and Medmark have been, George has been, I've worked with for, 9 years or so, 8, 9 years, something like that. So quite a while. And George and I have gotten to know each other really well, and they have been a strong sponsor of mine at SEMDA and now at Southeast Life Sciences ever since I came here. So really appreciate George and all he does to support innovation in the Southeast. So Medmark is the sponsor for the awards. And so I'll turn it over to George and we'll get started.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate all the work you and your team do to keep the life sciences vibrant, especially in this year of COVID. It's been very tough for all of the organizations all over the U.S., and especially I can imagine a brand new constituted Southeast Life Sciences. You've done a wonderful job. This is probably a very exciting part of the event here today. And like the World Series, when you're waiting for the playoffs, you have to listen to a couple commercials. So unfortunately, I'm going to give you a quick rundown for Medmark. In 1979, Medmark was formed by 32 members of AdvanSE, the world's largest medical trade association. That was because at the time there was a liability crisis in America. The police departments were pulling cars off the street from patrolling. They're closing playgrounds and removing playground equipment and swimming pools all over the U.S. because nobody could find insurance. And that even includes the manufacture of the blood pressure cuff that you see in every doctor's office and hospital room. So those members went out and formed Medmark. Since then, Medmark has gone on to insure over $1 trillion in the global sales of medical technology. And at any given time, we have well over 1 million patient partners, participants in clinical trials around the globe for the sponsors of medical technology. And so we're very much into this business, this industry. And of course, we are very pleased to sponsor Southeast Life Sciences. And now let's get off on the playoffs here. So the first award that we're going to give is for Best Initial Funding. It includes Seed or Angel. The award goes to Anclinet Genetics from Huntsville, Alabama. Anclinet is working to increase minority participation in clinical trials, enabling pharmaceutical companies to create drugs that can better protect minorities, and recently received seed funds from Bronze Valley. Here to accept the award is Anclinet's co-founder and CEO, Del Smith.
It's good to see everyone. George, thank you so much for that. I just want to say this is a great honor to be selected for this award. I can't overstate as a fairly new company how important having an ecosystem like what Southeast life sciences, and in Alabama here, Alabama provides to us. And so tremendous credit to the work that's being done, Jason and his team. But we're honored, and we hope that maybe we'll see you next year for the next round of this award. We move on in advance. But I just want to say thank you so much. We appreciate your support.
Congratulations. For our next award, it's for best venture funding, over $1 million from institutional investors. The award goes to Embody Incorporated of Norfolk, Virginia. On May 5th, Embody announced that it had closed a $9.3 million Series A funding round led by Litigate LLC with participation from Cultivate MD and 757 Angels. The financing will enable Embody to expand its world-class team and the commercial launch Tapestry, its next generation soft tissue repair technology. Here to accept that award is Jeff Conroy, the CEO and co-founder of Embody.
Oh, thank you, George. Wow, this was a surprise, and I want to thank Virginia Bio and John Newby for the unexpected nod. Listen, there's lots of folks who are worthy of getting this done. I'm happy to just be doing this in a community like this that helps each other, and hopes to see lots of other success like this. So much appreciated.
Congratulations again.
Thank you, Jason. Great job with the organization.
Our next award for Best Strategic Partnership. The award goes to SiO2 of Auburn, Alabama. On June 8th, SiO2 Materials Science announced a $143 million agreement with JPO Seabrand. I'll let Dell tell you what that is. And BARDA, who we all know, to accelerate the production of the company's state-of-the-art packaging platform for storing novel coronavirus, the SARS-CoV-2 vaccine and therapeutics. Here to accept the award is Lawrence Ganti, President and Chief Business Officer.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, George. So it is absolutely an honor for us. This is also unexpected. We've been plugging away, building out the vials for the COVID vaccines, and as you've seen all in the news, there's a lot of hustle and bustle to get the vaccines out as soon as possible. So it's been a great ecosystem that the Southeast has built together. I want to thank Southeast Life Sciences as well as BioAlabama for all the support, as well as the Auburn Economic Development Unit for the help with all of this. But this has been great. It's a great ecosystem, and the conference has been great so far. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, Lawrence. Congratulations again. So our next award is for Best M&A. The award goes to AskBio, who recently acquired by Bayer. Jason, will you provide some more information?
Apparently I was muted. I will provide some more detail. Not surprisingly, this was announced only a couple weeks ago, so unfortunately no one from Ask was able to make it. But on October 26th, as George mentioned, Bayer and Ask announced an agreement which Bayer would acquire AskBio. AskBio is a U.S. headquartered biopharmaceutical company specializing in the research, development, and manufacture of gene therapies across different therapeutic areas. Their development portfolio includes investigational preclinical and trial stage candidates for the treatment of neuromuscular, central nervous system, cardiovascular, and metabolic diseases. So tremendous, Vivian with North Carolina Biotechnology Center nominated them, and this one was kind of a no-brainer. This is a great acquisition, and I want to congratulate AskBio and the entire team there.
Very, very good. And our final award is for Best IPO. The award goes to Shattuck Labs. Jason will provide some more information on them as well. And thank you again for allowing me to be here.
Absolutely, George. Thank you. Yeah, so this one is another one, very, very recent. It's pretty incredible. The Embody, who just won, they raised their VC right in the early stages of the pandemic in May. Similarly with the AskBio and now with Shattuck, these Shattuck's the IPO was done in October, and from the Silicon Valley Bank presentation, we know that there is some good IPO going on, but they were also very clearly a winner. Shattuck is a clinical stage biotechnology company with offices in Durham, North Carolina, and Austin, Texas. They are pioneering the development of biofunctional fusion proteins as a new class of biological medicine for the treatment of cancer and autoimmune disease. So their raise was in aggregate approximately 232 million. So big win for them, and we look forward to their continued development in North Carolina and Austin, I guess, since we don't really have a choice in that. But fantastic company, really exciting news there. So thank you. And with that, I will, did Jeff McIntyre stay on? Thank you very much, George, again, and for your sponsorship and for your support.
Always.
So here we have, we are also announcing the winners of the pitch rounds. So this morning on Tuesday, for those that maybe didn't have a chance to watch, on Tuesday we had initial round of pitch rounds. We had 22 companies, about half medtech, about half biopharma present. So we picked 4 finalists that presented this morning that were Embody, Moterum, HemeGen, and Stewart Therapeutics. So those 4 companies, 2 medtech, 2 biopharma presented this morning, and so we have our winners. And Jeff, I don't know if Jeff, have I told you the winners yet? So
well, I was just going over that in my mind, Jason. I'm hoping I announced the right one. It's not like the Oscars a few years back where they announced the wrong one, but I'm pretty sure you told me. So,
okay. All right. So well, I'll let you do our first one since he's here.
Right. Sure. And just want to say, Jason, congratulations to you and your team. Having done the first conference, both combined and virtually, was not an easy task, and you did a great job. And Oblon is honored and proud to have played a small role in it. So just want to say thank you to you and your team. The winner of the biopharma portion is Stewart Therapeutics, and as we all heard both Tuesday and today, doing great work with its collagen mimetic peptides. So Eric Schlumpf, I don't know if Eric is on the line or
no, he wasn't able to make it. He had to jump into another meeting right after the 9 o'clock. So so unfortunately he's not here, but he's thrilled to receive it, and it's very well deserved. All right, I will move on to the MedTech Awards. So we had Moterum, David Azenga is the CEO, and Embody, and I'll say this one was about just, it was as close as you can get. This was virtually a tie, but the judges gave the edge to Embody, who now we have Jeff Conroy, who never left. He's been on 3 times now in the last or is it 4 times now since 9 o'clock this morning. So welcome back, Jeff. I don't know if there's anything more you can say that you've already said, but congratulations.
This is a celebration of Southeast Life Sciences, and this was a great week. And I really appreciate that this was by no means expected to be the Jeff Conroy day. It's a little embarrassing. It is a great recognition for a team of people who've been working on something for 5 years and will start a new phase of even harder work. And I just really appreciate it. And it's communities like this that make a big difference. So I really appreciate Southeast Life Sciences. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Really appreciate it. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you for being here. So we are bittersweet, but more sweet. I have to admit, it's a tough. Virtual is tougher than live. So, but we have just an incredible closing session next, starting in about 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. As I mentioned on Tuesday, and we'll hear a little bit more about it today, we actually announced in September, did a bigger announcement last week with this panel that and then this is the launch today with this panel, next panel, of SE Color, which is an organization dedicated to supporting minorities, entrepreneurs in healthcare, medtech, biopharma, diagnostics, and so on, in the region. So this group, aside from those two missions, supporting, getting more funding, and just supporting them in general, we've taken on an initiative to increase minority participation in clinical trials, and Dell is particularly focused in that, as well as his co-founder Tiffany Jordan, who will be moderating the session coming up. And so we're really excited for this. And look forward to seeing everybody over there in just about 5 minutes. Thank you very much, and I will see you then.